Hello everybody. Oh, I'm live today on YouTube and Facebook, so there is going to be times where you see me looking here and you see me looking here. It's the first time I've ever been live on both at the same time, so yeah. So hi. Tell me as you're coming in, say hi if you're here live. I'm going to go over to the watch pages for both Facebook and YouTube and see if I can see any comments. Nope, that's writing a comment, Marissa. If you're watching live, say hello so I can find out if you can hear me or not. I've only got one microphone. Hi, Bronnie. How are you going? I've only got one microphone. I've plugged it into the computer because it couldn't hear me. So you guys on Facebook are hearing me without a mic. Head over to YouTube if you want to get better audio. Okay. Oh, actually, I don't know if I'm live or not. Hang on. View on watch page. View on watch page. You'll see all my technical learning. All right, let's see. I've got to turn my volume down. Hang on. Okay. Tech magic at work. Woo. All right. Cheryl, how are you going? Hello. All right. I've said all right like 30 times. Sorry, everybody. I tend to say all right a lot when I'm thinking, which is crazy. Okay, it looks like I'm frozen on YouTube, so hopefully those guys will get something, but I'm going to focus on you guys here until I see some comments over on YouTube. So how are you? I haven't been live for ages. I don't think so anyway. I will say if you're on Facebook, guys, you can see a lot more grey hair over here than the YouTube guys will. So what's in my zero waste handbag? This morning I posted, why aren't you working? Stop freaking out, Marissa. This morning I posted on Instagram. I think I might have posted on the Facebook page as well and on Twitter as well because I like to repurpose content. I posted on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter just a little image that had written on it, what's in my zero waste handbag. Now, for those of you who don't know, we did Plastic Free July this year in my family. It was the first time ever that we've done Plastic Free July. And it was a huge eye-opener for me, huge. I think the big reason it was such a big change was because I'd never actually stopped and thought about what it was like to try and use no disposable plastic before. I'd heard a lot about climate change, a lot about sustainable living. I've got some lovely friends who are really into living sustainably, especially my friend Rachel, who got me onto it. So hi, Rachel, if you're watching this later. Opened my eyes up to the world of sustainable living. And so this year I heard about Plastic Free July and I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. So the first 2 days of Plastic Free July, because we're in nearly September now, so I'm a bit late with this update. The first few days of Plastic Free July were very, very easy. And then I went away on a trip to Melbourne and I failed from that point onwards. You know, I didn't take into account any of the things that I would be using that would be wasteful and single use and disposable, and it was a shocker. I was away for the whole weekend and I spent the whole time going, oh, I just bought a takeaway cup, oh, I just bought a popcorn, and oh no, I just, you know, it was full of Plastic Free July fails that weekend. But the whole of Plastic Free July, when I got back and I spent the next couple of weeks in July getting back into the groove of it, I was actually really amazed at how much easier it was to go plastic free once I had spent a weekend failing and realized exactly where I was going wrong. So that kind of led to me having some staples in my handbag now. Even though it's not July anymore, I want to be as sustainable as possible. So I've kept a lot of those habits that I did in July up now. Hence my post this morning. A few people have been asking, you know, how do you do plastic free or how do you do more sustainable living? I have a few little tips that help me. So if they're going to help any of you guys give it a go, then I am happy to share with you. None of the things that I'm doing are world changes when you're talking about just one person doing it. When you think in terms of millions and millions of people making that change, that's a pretty powerful thing, right? So I'm really excited to do it. I'm really excited to share with you guys what I carry with me now so that I don't use as much disposable plastic or disposable stuff. Yeah, and for those of you who private messaged me this morning, I got a number of private messages asking for a bit more information. So hence the video. I just thought, you know what? I just got home from volunteering at the school. Hello, lovely school mums, if you're watching. And I thought, I've got my handbag here. I'm just going to grab everything out one by one and show you exactly what I use. Say hi if you're watching live. so I can say hi back. Baggy waving. All right, so there's 5 things that I carry all the time now, and they do make my handbag a little bit heavier, so you've got to watch out for that. But you know what? I put a lot of stuff in my handbag anyway, so it is what it is. If it's saving the world, I'm happy to do it. All right, number 1, let's go with a really obvious one. So now I carry my own drink bottle. Now here is where you start to get really paranoid when you're talking plastic free. This is a drink bottle that I have had for about 3 years now, and it's made out of plastic, right? So of course I'm like, oh, it's plastic, I should throw it out and get one that's more sustainable. That would be a massive mistake because then I'm putting stuff in landfill. So I'm just going to keep using that while it works rather than chuck it out and buy a new one. But yeah, so I carry a drink bottle. It's huge. So if I know I'm going somewhere where I can refill it, I just fill it up halfway and then it's not so heavy. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a cutlery roll. This one's not as obvious. And a number of you wrote in and said, what do you mean by cutlery roll? So you're not alone. I got a few of those messages. A cutlery roll, what I do is basically, I've got knives and forks. I normally have a spoon as well, but I don't think I brought one today. No, I did. I'm a legend. I have 2 of everything. So I took, if my husband's watching, he's probably going, oh, that's where our cutlery went. Okay, so I've got 2 of everything because you never know when you're going to go out for lunch with somebody else. Spoons, forks, knives. And I have this sandwich wrap that I got from Howard's Storage World like 5 years ago. And basically I just roll the cutlery up in that, right? So it stays clean in my handbag, and it means that I'm taking cutlery with me, so I'm not using it if I'm buying lunch or dinner while I'm out. Now, the first couple of times, oh, I can't remember how I rolled it. The first couple of times you do this, you're going to feel crazy, right? Or people are going to look at you like you're a little bit strange, but stick with it. Like power on through, people, because it gets easier every time. Now, if you do any of these options, let me know. Just hit the like button or the heart button so I know that you've tried it in the past. Or if you reckon you would give it a go in the future, then hit one of the buttons and let me know too. So yeah, so that's what I mean when I say cutlery roll. I mean, I've literally just taken nothing special, just knives and forks and spoons out of my, hey, how you going? Just knives and forks and spoons out of my drawer, wrapped them up and stuck them in my handbag. If you don't have a sandwich wrap, you don't need one. Just wrap cutlery up in a tea towel or wrap it up in a hand towel or a pillowcase or something like that. They'll all do the trick. You don't have to go and buy brand new things to be more sustainable in your everyday life. And I say that like I'm a pro, but I'm not. I've literally been doing this since July. And I failed a lot of July. Big fails. Okay, so number 3. Don't worry, I've got a clean one. Number 3 is a hanky. All right, so this is clean, I promise. I haven't used it and then decided to show it on live video. But what this is, okay, so our family goes through a lot of tissues. This is still a learning curve because Georgia is pro hanky. Sophie is like, well, hankies are good for tears, but not for noses. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, everybody's here today. Hello, everyone. YouTube is a ghost town right now. I'm on YouTube as well and no one's on there. But it's also frozen, so who knows what's going on. Anyway, so hankies, that's where I was. So my girls are kind of coming to the party with hankies over tissues. I had a few friends say, oh, hankies, that's gross. You have to it's too much information, isn't it? You have to wash them, blah, 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 and that's going to be yucky. Yeah, I guess so, but you know what? I'm a parent. There's a lot of yucky stuff that I wash as is. Okay, so let's move on from that. So what I've done, instead of going and buying brand new hankies, because my thought when I went, okay, I'm going to stop using tissues and start using hankies because it's a more sustainable option, my first thought was, oh, where am I going to go and buy hankies? And then I thought, you know what? By the way, if you're watching live on YouTube, say hello so I know you're there. I thought, you know what? I don't need to go and buy new hankies. I don't even need to go and buy pre-loved hankies. All I really need to do is look around my house at whatever material is available and cut it into a hanky size. I mean, I hemmed them not very well. Look at the hem. Can you see that? It's not very good. I hem them myself, right? But it doesn't have to be perfect. No one's really going to look closely at a hanky. Thank you for the like. Ooh, press the button, press the like or the love button if you use hankies instead of tissues. Yeah, so this is a baby wrap that I don't, old clothes the kids have grown out of. Yes, Tanya, that's exactly right. Old clothes the kids have grown out of are perfect. Sheets that are too threadbare and might have, you know, a lot of wear and tear or are old. What else? Pillowcases that you can't really use anymore. Maybe they're old or they're stained or they're worn. You can chop them up smaller and use those. This is a baby wrap. I had tons of baby wraps and they had gotten to the point where they were very well worn, right? And I didn't want to just hand them down to somebody and have them have their baby freeze because the wrap wasn't very thick anymore. So I've just cut and hemmed these. You can get pinking shears too. You don't have to hem them. But basically, all you have to do is remember to create a few or get a few of these. Enough for one per day per person will do the trick. Just chuck it in the wash at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't need any scrubbing or anything. Renee, how are you going? I'm talking about sustainability and hankies over tissues. All right, so it's not perfect yet. I bought tissues, I think it was last week or the week before, I bought 1 box of tissues. I'd normally buy 3 because we have had some colds lately and it has been harder to convince everybody to use them. But we will get there. I know we will. Yeah. Oh, and now whenever somebody leaves a tissue in their pocket when I'm doing the washing, it's not me. Hi. It's not me, right? So I can get mad at everybody else when I get those little bits of tissue on the washing. Anyway, that's a whole nother video, tissue on washing. We should talk about that later. Okay, what have I done so far? 3. Cutlery roll, drink bottle, hanky. I'm just throwing stuff all over the place. Number 4 is a keep cup. Oh, I've got 2 of these and one's in the dishwasher right now, so I can't show you, but it's gorgeous, so I'll post a picture of it later. I have keep cups as well. So when you go out and you buy a coffee or a cup of tea, you can take your own cup with you. Now, here are some of the downfalls with keep cups. So this is my thermos cup. It is amazing. I use this for tea. I can make tea in this. See how it's insulated there? I can make a cup of tea in this at like 8:30 in the morning, and at 11 o'clock in the morning, it's still really hot. It's amazing. This brand is Contigo, and I got it from Howard Storage World a long time ago. So this is amazing, and I'm learning as I go with tea. I didn't know there was plastic in tea bags. Now I do. So we have loose leaf tea at home. We're running out of the last of our tea bags. And so what I'll do is I'll drop a tea bag in here, fill it with boiling water, and leave for the day. You love your keep cup too, Bronnie? Yay! What does yours look like? Let me know. So now when I've run out of tea bags, all I'm going to do is first thing in the morning, brew a pot of tea and then pour some in here and then drink the rest for breakfast. And then there you go. We're set for half the day. If anybody's worried about what people will say if you go into a restaurant or I go into the movies all the time. I go to like 3 movies a week. Is that too much information? Yeah, I go to a lot of movies. And I thought they would say, especially at the movies where everyone's in a hurry, you know, but restaurants and cafes as well. I thought people would say, no, I can't fill up your cup for you because, you know, it's hygiene reasons or safety reasons, or in this case, your cup is too big. And hit the like button if you use a keep cup already, so I know who is. I wasn't too stressed about asking, but I had a feeling everybody would say no. Man, was I wrong, right? So even in the restaurants when they said, hey, this cup won't fit underneath our coffee things, the restaurants and cafes that had dining in options would just pour the coffee or the tea into a normal size thing that they can fit in the coffee machine and then pour it into here and then top it up with hot milk. And yeah, it was so much easier. And if it was somebody that didn't have a dining in version of coffee cups, like when I go to the movies, they just have disposable coffee cups there because you take it into the movie. So the ones who don't have that, what they would do instead is just, you know, then I'd just ask for tea and they can tilt this and put the hot water in it. So that's fine. So I don't get coffee in that case. My other keep cup is from Typo, and it says on the front there's a rather large chance this is wine, and my lovely sister bought it for me and I love it. So I'll show you a photo of that later. But basically, I think the biggest thing to remember is there's always an option available, right? So even if you don't have the perfect size keep cup, take it with you anyway in case there is some sort of option they can help you with. But yeah, even in the movies, they say yes all the time and they fill this up on my way in. Yeah, so that was really good. So that's drink bottle is number 1. Cutlery roll was number 2. Hanky is number 3. Keep cup is number 4. What was number 5? Does anyone remember from my post this morning what number 5 was? It's in here somewhere. I found it. I've got my handbag here. Number 5 is a foldable, reusable shopping bag. Now, these ones I bought about 6 years ago, so I have a feeling there's like plastic fibers in here, which isn't a great option. But you know what? They shouldn't hold me back from using it, and I shouldn't go and buy something brand new when this is perfectly good and just chuck this out. That would be a bad idea. So these are the Sack It To Me brand. They're foldable shopping bags, and did you see how small that was before I undid it? They're so handy. I've been using these for years anyway as my go bag. Let me know if you haven't heard of the go bag concept and how I use it, and I'll give you a heads up on that. But yeah, I've been using it as a go bag for years. I put it straight in the wash when I'm done with it, but it means they're really light. I can have 1, 2, or 3 of these in my handbag, and it doesn't matter what I'm shopping for, or if somebody wants to, sometimes I'm at the school and another mum's giving me hand-me-down uniforms, and so I've got a bag to carry them in, or sometimes I'm out at the shops and I want to carry my shopping home, and other times I'll go to my mum's, and remember I left 6 containers there last time I was there. Or the library. These are great library bags. They're really good if I take the kids over to my mum's and they're going to like put their PJs on while they're over there and we're spending the whole day. I just put them in there. There's like 1,000 uses for these sorts of bags. So yeah, really handy. So I guess generally, hi April, I guess generally the theme that I'm going for here is when you're looking at a more sustainable option, the best way to view it is you don't have to be perfect. You can just look around your house and see what you already have. If you don't have a foldable shopping bag, but you have like your kid's old library bag that's really kind of thin and light, then use that. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy something brand new. If you don't have a fancy keep cup like the ones that are in the shops right now, but you have like a thermos mug, or you can get a pre-loved one for just $2 at the local, Salvos or Lifeline, then go and do that. Don't go and spend $40 on a cup, because you've got to find that balance, right, between sustainable and good for the environment, but also really good for your budget as well. You can't drive yourself crazy looking for the perfect thing. And you shouldn't be worried about, oh, what I'm using is already plastic, so I shouldn't be using that. It's more about, are you putting this into landfill? That's kind of the way I would view it, if that makes sense. So yeah, those are my 5 things. I would love for you guys to let me know, whether you're watching live or if you're watching the recording later. I'll come back and answer any questions or reply to any comments then as well. I would love for you to let me know, what do you use that is plastic-free or sustainable? Oh, the other benefit. This has been so good on our budget. Oh, I just freaked myself out with my hand in the background in the mirror. Yeah, so I would love to know what you guys use that's sustainable as well. If you use any of my 5 that I just showed, let me know. If you don't use any of those but you'd like to and you need some help finding stuff, let me know and I will help you with some ideas. What else was I going to tell you? There was one more benefit. Yes, budget. Okay, so in Plastic Free July, you love stainless steel straws. Bronnie, where do you get them from? Have you got a link for those? Because I have not found any stainless steel straws anywhere. And I'm in particular looking for the ones with the coloured silicone up the top. So you can have like 1 straw per child. Jackie, hi. Hello, I love your keep cup. Yay, I love a good keep cup. It's so easy once you do it, right? Once you've done it once or twice, it's easy. And other benefits. Okay, so budget-wise, in July, we saved like $50 a fortnight once I cut out disposable or single-use or unnecessary plasticky stuff. Like, for example, cling wrap. Okay, I haven't bought cling wrap in ages. And I thought that was going to be a huge hurdle because my husband loves cling wrap, or he did. So I just stopped buying it, right? I forgot to buy cling wrap. I stopped buying it. And I started looking for other options. And one of the things that I've discovered is my love of vintage Tupperware. Right? So Tupperware is plastic, but if you buy vintage, you're giving a home to one that otherwise would have gone into landfill, right? So what I've done instead, for example, we buy like a kilo block of cheese every week or 2, and we would always cling wrap the end of the cheese to keep it fresh. And now I just, I went and found a vintage cheese holder. Any plastic container will do. But I was so excited to find a vintage Tupperware cheese holder for like $4, which is the price of 1 thing of cling wrap. And I've already saved like 4 rolls of cling wrap by using this cheese holder. Anyway, I'm getting too excited. But basically, the amount of money you save by not buying this stuff when you've got another option that's reusable is amazing. So we don't buy cling wrap anymore. We haven't bought paper towel in a really long time. We started off using bamboo style paper towels instead that my lovely friend Morgan brought over. If you haven't met Morgan, look through the blog and have a look at our video on morning versus nighttime showers. She has a lot of good ideas. So she bought us some bamboo, what am I trying to say? Bamboo paper towels. So they're not paper, they're bamboo. And they're reusable. You just wash them and keep going. And once they got too worn out, then basically I just used microfiber cloths or cleaning cloths, because our paper towel, we used a lot of it on cleaning. And I already had a ton of microfiber cloths ready to go as well. And then I washed them. So we haven't bought paper towel for a long time. We haven't bought cling wrap for a long time. We switched from margarine back to butter so I could buy it wrapped in paper, although Aldi sells it wrapped in foil, so I've got caught out a few times there. But see how they're not massive changes, but there are other options that you can use that are more sustainable? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not perfect at it, but I just thought I would share what's working for me, the things that get easier over time, like that cutlery roll. Genius. Bronnie, if you find the stainless steel straws available online, or if you know the shop to buy them from that's local, can you email me? Because I want to get some for our family as well. And that's it. That's it. I'm going to go now because I've rambled on for quite a while now. I have no idea how long we've been on for. Probably a while, right? It won't show me. But I'm going to go. If there's anything I've missed or you want to know more about anything to do with more sustainable options, then let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. So I'll take a second to say goodbye. Feel free to say goodbye if you're watching live. Thank you for joining me. Can't wait to see you again next time. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Cheryl. You have a good afternoon too. Bye. Okay, everyone on YouTube, I just said goodbye on Facebook, so I'm saying goodbye to you guys as well. Sorry about the angles. Hang on a second. Post. Okay, I've just posted that video on Facebook. This was the first time I've ever gone live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So sorry if I wasn't. Hello, Margaret. Hi, bye. I just caught you. I hope you haven't signed off yet. I couldn't see your chat, Margaret. I was looking down the bottom instead of up the top. I hope I caught you in time. Yeah, it was the first time I've ever gone live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Next time I'll try and focus on you guys instead of so much on these guys. But yeah, hopefully you got some value out of the video. Check out the other ones on YouTube. I've got a lot of easy cleaning videos if you're into that kind of thing. And I will see you guys next time as well. Oh, Margaret, I caught you. Yay. All right, I'm going to go. I'll see you later.